money wounds that people either talk about or they don't talk about. One thing you can say that people get money wounds is how they grow up, like from their parents, their grandparents. Money doesn't grow on trees and everything else. But also think about the worth of what your energy that you brought into as a child did you get in an exchange. Because I have to tell you this, money is energy. So you treat the same energy the same way with money. Giving an example, if you were a person who was in sports or band or anything like that, and you put a lot of effort into that, but you felt like people weren't showing up to see that how great you felt like you put your effort into. This could be parents, grandparents, stuff like that. You feel like the teachers weren't really great to you. Like there was just not a good exchange into what the effort that you put in. So then you said that you suck, you're not worthy, you don't feel good enough, or they told you that. And then either you quit or distance yourself. That is actually a money wound. Because again, it's an energy exchange you put out there, and the audience that you had out there, you felt was rejecting you. So then you said, I have to be small. So I'm not valuable enough. So when you don't feel value in yourself, you play small because you do not want to get hurt. Example for a lot of people when it comes to their businesses, they will give out readings. I remember this a long time ago. It was years. I would always scroll around and see people who were very valuable in what they learned. They felt very experienced, not beginners. And they were doing readings very dirt cheap that I knew was disrespecting their whole intelligence and their value and their energy and time. And just because they thought, no one's going to come to me, no one's going to get a reading from me, or I don't feel comfortable with it. And instead what it is they told themselves they are not valuable enough to actually charge the price for the energy exchange. Let's put this in the context of like a product. I have a couple people who are artists. So they're painting and they put in it, they got the canvases, they got the paints, they got everything else. They put a lot of energy into it. They put all their detailed work into it. And then they're like, I'm just not going to sell it because I just don't think anybody would pay for that. And then when I price it as the coach and tell them this is what the price is, they feel the instant, ooh, that's too much. But you have to think about the people who thought maybe Vincent van Gogh, Picasso, all of them were crazy the way that they drew stuff, but other people seen value in their work and pay that price. They pay that energy because they loved it and made them feel good. So I want you to stop looking at things as in everything is money, but more it's an energy exchange. What you are giving, your value, given to other people makes them feel good or makes them see things differently or love what they got. It could be anything like that. I'm talking about products, services, or anything like that. And you are making them feel good with your value. So it's a value exchange, an energy exchange. And then that is how it is with your money wound. Money wound also is in your mind, in your nervous system. You have to tell yourself as you are walking through purchasing things or wanting to purchase things. Do you always tell yourself, that's so expensive? Or, oh my gosh, I could never afford that. Those things you're telling your body. Let's just not even talk about the universe because people are like, oh, you're telling the universe you can't get any money. Okay, I get that part. But you're also telling your body that you are not worthy of that. What I say, I'm going to give you an example. I'd be like, doesn't give me much value or bang for my buck. Example, we ordered food this weekend and these pancakes were about as big as my head, okay? And normally you would say, okay, a breakfast thing, pancakes, eggs, and stuff like that, $15. I'd be like, okay, what is it? But they were fluffy and like they had great value to it. The pancakes were huge, we could not finish it. To me, that had more value in it and in the quality of it. So I would give that energy exchange money. So when I dived into both my Vedika and my Western astrology charts, and then I did this for myself and I did it for some clients there, we got to see exactly where they would excel for themselves when it comes to money, where their money wounds were, where they can heal that, and also how they can offer themselves energy wise that was actually has value. And this would be the currency code, rested and rich. You can have that same thing for your feeling, so that way you can feel like I don't have to really work really hard for that. Because a lot of people want to think that they have to work super hard just so they can have a good energy exchange. But part of it has to start with is how to heal your money wound, and some people don't know how. So if you're wanting to know how, you can get yourself the rested and rich and see how that works out for you. That would be in the comments or the link in the bio.